This is Christine Brown, and while I have to listen to this podcast as my motherly duty, you have the choice not to. My sons sometimes say some naughty things when they're trying to be funny, but really, they're just being stupid. Do you still want to listen? Go right ahead. I am not your mother.
All right, welcome back to the Patriots Dynasty podcast. You thought we weren't coming back for another 6 months after that first episode, but we are back. And we're talking about week 2 of the 2005 Patriots season, much to my brother's chagrin. But speaking of which, we actually have one of the brothers on this week, Greg Brown. Nice to see you, bud.
That's right. It's great to be back.
Yes, back on that horse. Steve Brown, not here, but fuck him.
Why is he not here, Andy?
Because he is at his friend's house getting high.
Yo, smoking weed, dude. Sick.
420, dude.
420. It is 420 today.
It is, yes.
Hitler's birthday.
Speaking of
right?
420, we also have joining us, was not scared away from last week, Tim the intern.
Tim's turn.
Back at it again. What's going on, Tim?
Hi.
Oh, you're really good on the mic. I love it.
I'm also, pretty high.
Celebrating. Yeah, I got you.
So I am, got to partake in the holiday.
Yeah. And Hitler's birthday?
Oh,
It
yeah.
is, right? Yeah, I think it is
Yeah.
Hitler's birthday.
And the
Rest in peace.
also,
Is that controversial?
Pieces.
Yeah.
I believe it's also the anniversary of Columbine.
Is it really?
They
Dude,
did it.
Those
On Hitler's
guys
birthday.
really were scumbags.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean
Besides
that's one way.
besides the murdering part,
Yeah.
on this day of days, scumbags.
And they were the first ones, dude. Just, if they had done that, no one would have known. It's a thing you could do.
I mean, I get the feeling it probably would have happened, and my guess is it probably wasn't the first one. It was just the first one in the age of social
Definitely not the first one I was going to say.
Yeah. Just the
I
first
remember
one.
it being the first one. Should we start talking about gun control here? I haven't been on the pod in about 8 months. We're going to start talking gun control in 5 minutes.
Cut that.
Steve.
Speaking of,
Yeah, at least we only missed 5 minutes, right?
Hey, buddy.
What's up?
What's up, you disgusting slob?
Also joining us apparently is Steve Brown
And Gus.
and Gus the dog.
And Gus the dog. There he is.
She
Nice
is.
to finally meet you.
Yeah, same thing, Tim Turn.
So this is exactly how I expected.
Steve, how are you doing, buddy? How you feeling?
420.
I feel great.
Yeah.
hmm Too blessed
Yeah.
to stress, right? Isn't that what they say?
Anything you want to say to mom?
Hey, Mom, I love you. Every little thing's going to be all right.
Yeah, that's right, Steve. Good job.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Speaking of dreadlocks, let's talk about this football game that had some, I don't know, how do I tie that into dreadlocks? Oh, we'll get there. Anyway, we're talking about the Carolina Panthers, week 2, 2005. Patriots traveling to Charlotte, which we have been to. And I think I'm still recovering from the undercooked burger that Steve served me at the end of that Panthers game last time we were all together.
That happened?
Not been the same. Yeah. My stomach.
I don't remember that.
I think I've got some sort of I don't know, stomach issue because of it. Like I poop a lot now, thanks to Steve. So thank you, Steve.
What?
Ever since I went to South Carolina, I've been shitting different.
Yeah, I have. I'm pretty sure it's that burger. Steve's
Yeah.
like, oh, we ran out of propane, but somebody
Yeah,
saved
it's
it.
the burger, Andy.
Yeah, pretty sure it is.
Yeah, my sphincter control hasn't been the same since that one night.
I just got really loose stool now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's just liquid. Pours out of me at any time. Speaking of, this is probably going to be a rage game for me, just to prepare you boys.
All right.
First and foremost,
Is it refs or is it announcers?
the first and foremost? We'll get there. Was
Okay.
my
Build up to
first
it.
comment of the game. Well, we even started before that. The recording of this game didn't start until 9 minutes into the first quarter.
I was very upset about that.
So that's kind of a pain in the ass. So started off on the wrong foot, and then the first thing I hear is Dan Deerdorf.
Danny
the
D,
mic, on
your
the
boy.
mic. Him and Dick Enberg just.
How long we got left of him? Like, when did he retire?
Oh, too long, man. Too long.
Steve, stat check.
You're a stat check.
All right.
I'm the intern. I'll take it. Hold on.
Yeah, that's right. Tim's
Yeah,
turn.
right? Does that now go to Tim?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do Charlie work around here. I don't know if you heard.
There we go. Somebody has to.
Tim turn work.
Dude, we should just get ChatGPT to answer these things for us.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
It'd probably be more accurate than the stuff Greg came back with.
Yeah. Oh, he retired after a Patriots game too.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah,
We got a long time, boys. 2014 is what I'm seeing here.
Oh man. So basically the life of this podcast.
Yeah,
I thought.
Because we're not
Are
making
we going?
it past.
Yeah. Is it intended until we get Detroit Brown, or is it if we go until Brady leaves? One or the other.
whichever comes first,
It's a
probably.
good, yeah.
Okay.
Would be my guess. So,
That's a good point. We would always say if we get Troy Brown, it's over, right? That's where
Yeah,
we wrap it up.
That, I mean,
I
yeah,
think-
that's the
I don't know if we said it's over. It's just like life has peaked.
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
not. It's definitely not going to get better than that. So.
Well, Randy,
I
Randy
quit. I'm
Moss.
putting in my resignation at that point.
Me too. So Dan Deerdorf was the first thing I heard on this game. So if you are like me and you don't like listening to Dan Deerdorf, skip it. If you are like me and you don't like watching games where Brady doesn't play very well, skip it. If you're like me, if you're like Steve and Greg and you don't like watching the Patriots lose, you can probably skip this game. So what I'm saying is we watch this because we do a podcast about every game of the Patriots Dynasty. I would not recommend it. And Tim, I think, is probably the only other did watch this game. Steve, did you watch this game?
No, you said to skip it.
Just now.
Yeah. I showed up late too. That should tell you everything you need to know.
Yeah, no, you are in mid-season form, Steve. I appreciate
Did you see me go and get my headphones upstairs? I was like, I can't hear Andy because he talks so low. And I was like, I can't turn the volume up on the computer. Yeah, it was just the volume on the computer.
If you showed up on time, Steve.
Oh my god.
I told you Thursdays are a bad day for me.
Oh, all right. Good.
And add 420 on top of that.
Right?
I know.
You want me to be on time on 420? Come on.
I know. It'd almost be offensive to show up on time.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
I showed up early. Oh,
Tim, what are you doing, dude? You got a lot to learn about this
I'm a-
podcast.
dude, I'm gonna try hard, and it's embarrassing.
Are you eating during the middle of it too? Greg loves to do that.
Well, we used to do it during dinner time, and it's like, what am I going to do? I can either not show up or I can eat on the pod. Those are the two options.
Hey, I'm
Yeah, I'll
not gonna
take the not
lie.
show
I was laughing a lot during those times, so
That's
Well,
right.
it was all good. It was for good
One of
content.
the only reviews
Yeah.
we got was I like the podcast except when Greg eats. I don't care what he has for dinner.
What they lied. Whoever they were, they're a goddamn liar.
Yeah.
It was
Like
Tim
a-
because he likes knew that they would talk about it and Greg would eat all the time if he did it.
Probably, yeah.
Oh yeah. Kelly comes in, serves dinner.
Yeah.
That's
Now
right.
I know what it looks like.
Yeah.
Kelly comes in over right shoulder.
Mhm.
Yes. Yeah, that's right.
Ever since we had that kid, now it's just like eating crumbs and scraps off the floor, you know?
Tough life.
That's how you like it though, right, Greg?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's how we used to.
Leftover breast milk. Have you tried it,
All right.
Andy?
Of course.
Have you tried the breast milk, Andy?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. What'd you think?
That's good.
Not for me.
So we went from gun control to drinking breast milk. We're hitting everything on the 425 today.
Everything about this game.
Except for the game. Yeah, exactly. Speaking of
All right. Give us a final score, Andy.
big boobs, let's talk about Dan.
Big
Deerdorf
old-
some more. Final score 27-17 Carolina.
A loss. The fifth loss in
30
38
games.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little lot.
This is a rare occurrence here. The Patriots losing.
Yeah, because they actually at the beginning of the game showed how both teams had been going in opposite directions since their matchup in the Super Bowl. The Patriots since then had gone 15-2, and the Panthers had gone 7-10. With the Patriots not losing at home since then.
Didn't the Panthers give him a game at like the end of the season when it didn't mean anything?
No.
They played a preseason game the season before that, and it was kind of chippy.
Yeah, and that I think I wrote this here somewhere that like this was an easy team to hate, I thought. And I'm probably gonna get some pushback on some of this.
I disagree.
Yeah, I think they're sick.
But like Steve Smith, I don't like him. I know you boys, may have a different opinion, but he's just kind of a dickhead. And I'm sure he's one of those like Rodney Harrison types where if he's on your team, you fucking love him for it. But
for sure,
absolutely.
Yeah.
But he's not, so fuck him. So strike
Yes,
one.
he is.
No, but he's not on our team. That's
He's not
what he
on our
means.
team.
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
Steve's
You guys don't know this, but I'm very fluent in Andy.
I might just mute Steve because he's not gonna give a lot to the podcast. I don't think.
Fine,
He won't even know. He won't even notice.
Also, Ricky Prohl on this team. Not a huge fan of him with the whole this is the beginning of the dynasty at the beginning of the 2001 Super Bowl when he's on the fucking Rams, and he's the one that caught the tying touchdown in the Rams Super Bowl, and then did the same thing in the Carolina Super Bowl, if you remember.
I'm Team Andy on this one.
But that doesn't make him hateable. Is that he made good plays against your team?
Not for you, maybe, because you're not a real fan.
He was also the guy that said you're about to witness the new dynasty, right?
Right. Yeah.
In the Rams Super Bowl.
Wait.
Yeah.
He said that?
Yeah, that was him.
Oh,
Yeah, that was him in the.
That's why I always hated him.
because they had won the season before. He was playing for the Rams.
right. Wow, I did
And
not know
he's like
that.
their third receiver too, behind.
And he was like, the dynasty is born tonight. I think it's what exactly what it
something
was.
like that. Yeah.
But he did, like, when it came to those games, he put up. Like, in this game, he was going off.
He showed up. Yeah. He was the only one that did. But Steve Smith did nothing in this game, even though he talked a bunch of shit beforehand. And Rodney Harrison had some words about like, fucking Steve Smith had 34 reception yards or something. Like, okay.
Yeah, so that's what he said. In that Super Bowl, after the teams got introduced, he turned to a camera and said, "Tonight, a dynasty is born, baby." And he was not wrong.
Mm-hmm.
He had the wrong team.
Yeah, exactly.
Ricky Prohl, great all-time nickname from Berman, too.
What was it?
You would always be like, Ricky Prohl shampoos his way for a first down.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
That's not bad. I mean, that's old school. Anybody under the age of 40 won't get that, but that's cool.
Yeah.
Just like a lot of Chris Bermanisms. Andre Bad Moon Rising. Nobody knows that song.
Troy Brown, band renowned.
Yeah.
I don't even understand.
Dude, I don't get that one. Yeah. That's
I feel like we looked it up once.
We did. It's like a 50s like swing band or some bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah. Something ridiculous.
Yeah.
Also on this team, Marlon McCree. You may recognize that name, but not from the Panthers. Anybody?
Oh, Chargers, right?
Yes, he is the one.
He's the one that intercepted the ball.
Yeah, fumbled it.
And then Troy Brown stripped it. Yeah.
Our boy, dude.
He's here too. Also, speaking of hate, he hate me.
Rod Smart. Yeah.
Smart, baby. Returning kicks.
You can't hate Rod Smart, though.
Yeah. In fact, well, he kind of encourages the hate. If
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So we're just throwing him in there just for the name.
Yeah.
I don't.
When he said he hate me, he's referring to Andy.
Yeah.
Because Andy hates everything.
Exactly.
Imagine if the NFL let players customize the back of their jerseys. How ridiculous that would be.
Ocho Cinco.
He legally changed his name to get that.
Which is amazing.
Same with Meta World Peace. But imagine if they could just do anything without changing their name to something stupid.
Yeah, that's not fun enough for that. They can't even figure out what a catch is. But let's see. Also, I am also just going to throw this in there because I'm on a roll. I hate Jake Delhomme in this game.
Why? No one hates
Eli Manning.
Because he looks like him?
No, he played like Eli Manning, where he was just like throwing ducks and his wide receivers were bailing him out the entire game. And the fucking Dan Dierdorfs of the world are like slaughtering all over it. Like, oh, look at this great throw. He threw a back shoulder. I'm like, no, he didn't. He just fucking threw a duck off his back foot because he couldn't be fucked to like actually step into a hit. And now all of a sudden, like, it was such a bad throw that the receiver was able to make the recovery better than the defensive back. You know, bullshit.
He did have a bad game. His stat line for this game is pretty horrific.
Yeah, I think 11.
What is it?
Something.
11 of 26 for 154 yards, no touchdowns and an interception.
Yeah.
46.0 QB rating.
And let's talk about that interception. It will be on the website.
Yeah, I did watch the highlights, and I'm going to need you guys to explain what happened.
So,
because from my vantage point of just seeing it once, it looked like the worst interception I've ever seen.
So, the commentators kind of pointed out that whoever was a running back kind of like went out in the flat and sat there, and Jake Delhomme spent like 45 minutes in the pocket, like scrambling and looking for somebody. And then right as he was about to get hit, he just kind of like sidearmed it to where he thought the running back used to be. But like 2 seconds before, the running back had turned upfield and decided to like go down the sideline. But it literally looked like he threw it directly to Mike Vrabel, hit him between the 5 and the 0 with no one within 10 yards of him except for another Patriot.
Yeah.
It was really bad.
To the point where you're like, why is Mike Vrabel even there?
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
He looks like he's just covering 10 yards of grass. It's like, why?
He was like on the sideline. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was not good.
Yeah.
And so Vrabel was able to walk it in for a touchdown. This was literally the play after the Patriots had scored a touchdown to bring it within 10. So now it's a 3-point game because the Patriots scored 2 touchdowns in 27 seconds, I think it was. Something ridiculous. Yeah. 27 seconds. Now it's a 3-point game.
All right, I'm watching the highlights now.
You were doing a great Greg impression, Steve. I gotta say. If all you need to do now is watch the highlights of the wrong game, and you'll have nailed it.
That only happened once.
Once is enough, Greg.
I don't know. I might have to fact check that.
That's true. There's a good chance it's more than once.
But I will say, going back to Dierdorfs, I want to close this loop.
Do you have any audio
Put
clips?
a bow on this.
I got some clips.
I know
You got
do.
audio clips.
Yeah.
He's got receipts.
It was a roller coaster for me. Because I'm gonna show you my notes real quick. And oh Jesus. So my first note is, oh fuck, it's Dierdorf.
Mm-hmm.
And the second note is, okay, I like Dierdorf now. And then the third one is, never mind, I hate him again. So here's the okay, I like Dierdorf.
Okay.
This is why.
They didn't want him to go anywhere, re-sign. Now he gets to really go back to his natural position. This is a guy coming in today, 481 career receptions. And this guy, his picture ought to be next to the word professional when you talk about a professional player, doing it the right way.
Well, look at that.
Friend of Troy Brown is a friend of mine, right? In theory.
Okay.
Sure.
And then what happens?
It didn't take long. But I don't even remember what it was, but I just fucking hate him for it, whatever this is. So let's listen.
His return is described initially as questionable. Back to you.
Okay, thank you, Armin.
I think Randall Gay is on his way to get some Ben Gay. We hope that's all it needs. That's exactly right.
So Randall Gay, literally, they just finished saying he had to get his shoe cut off of his foot. And they're literally showing a picture of him getting like driven into the locker room on a back of a cart. And he has to pull out the fucking Ben Gay joke.
That's tough. That is tough.
Motherfucker. And I'm starting to realize what it is about him that bothers me.
What is it?
It's not just the dad jokes, but he's just like so sanctimonious. Like every time there's a penalty, it's like a direct assault to his sensibilities. Like he's like, I can't believe Rodney Harrison would tackle him so hard after the play, and he should know better than that. It's like he's trying to be these guys' father. I'm like, I guarantee you, Dan Dierdorf, if you were a fucking offensive lineman, I guarantee you have held somebody in your fucking life. Get over yourself, you sanctimonious prick.
But he likes Troy Brown.
Andy.
Yeah, that's why it's a roller coaster. So I almost wore his jersey after the Troy Brown comment to this but I didn't.
And then you ripped it off in disgust.
Yeah, I
when you heard the Ben Gay joke.
I lit it on
right
fire.
after he went and spit on it.
Yeah.
Things just covered in spit.
Speaking of Steve Smith,
What was that injury? That's what we need to know.
ankle injury.
Like, was it like a season
Yeah,
ending?
how long was he out?
Yeah.
Tim?
Check.
It wasn't a good injury.
Yeah, I don't know if he was out for the season. I think he may have came back at the end.
But yeah, it did not look good. But also, they showed that, and then they went to Armin Katayan on the sidelines, like later on in the game, and they're like, his return is being, like the Patriots saying his return is questionable. Like, fucking questionable. Man can't even walk off the field. He had to have his shoe cut off. But yeah, questionable.
Yeah, he played 5 games in 2005, so he came back later.
He'll come back eventually. Yeah,
Yeah, it's still like half your season, if not more.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, this whole like the defensive backfield is already like torn to bits after Dan Dierdorf made a big stink about Troy Brown coming back, being able to play his natural position of wide receiver. I believe he led the team with receiving yards in this game. But he later on in the game, when Randall Gay went down, they're talking about how he may have to actually come back and play defensive back because Tyron Poole is hurt, which I think we talked about last week, Tim and I. And then Chad Scott was another defensive back, didn't make the trip. Randall Gay goes down, so now we have Dwayne Starks in, and also somebody named Gus.
Never
Scott.
heard of that.
Yeah, there was a Gus Scott.
Yeah,
I haven't heard of any of those 3 players. Chad Scott?
Dwayne Starks.
Chad Scott.
Yeah,
I don't know.
you should know Chad Scott. He was on
Starks.
the Steelers for a long time.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Chad Scott. That makes sense.
Was Dwayne Starks on Baltimore?
Yeah.
Bengals.
Don't know.
No, he
That
was
was the
on. He was with the Ravens, and then he went to the Cardinals for a few years and sucked, and then demanded a trade, and we traded for him in the offseason to replace Ty
He was
Law.
pretty good on the Ravens, right?
The Ravens. Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
He was a high draft pick.
Yeah, he returned a touchdown, an interception for a touchdown. And he was like, "Oh, I started watching the Patriots when I saw Ty Law do that the next season." Okay, that's weird.
But yeah, I literally after a tackle, just wrote who the fuck is Gus Scott because I don't know.
Love the name though.
Gus Scott, Chad Scott. Who gives a hoot?
Dwayne Stark. And the Carolina Panthers, who are probably the only team still, even in 2005, lining up with 3 players in the backfield, 2 running backs and a tight end on some plays, decided to go 5 wide and start slinging it once they saw like who was actually in the Patriots defensive backfield. Didn't work. Only completed 11 passes, which is a testament to Bill Belichick, I would say.
Where I thought you were going to shit on Delhomme right there. Mr. Delhomme hater.
I already did that. Like he was real bad in this game.
Oh,
Like real bad. They're like it. I actually wrote at one point, it looks like he's trying to throw an interception, like to spite somebody, like a coach or something. Because even when he did throw his interception, they showed like on the replay him like jawing at the head coach John Fox, like just screaming at him, like, bro, you just literally threw the easiest interception I've ever seen. You're the one getting angry about it.
yeah.
And there should have been like 4 or 5 more.
Yeah, he had one called back because of a penalty. Wayne
Yep.
Starks had an interception.
Yep.
Looked really
Also,
good right off the bat.
Oh, hell yeah.
And fucking Asante Samuel dropped one that like hit him, basically in the face mask.
Dude, don't even get me started.
That doesn't seem like
I
a thing
would-
he would do.
Oh, dude,
Asante Samuel.
dude, I started having a stroke. I was so pissed. I was like, that's the exact one that you will drop fucking 2 years from now. You piece of shit.
Mhm.
I was so mad.
Looked very similar, but this one was.
Belichick always hated error repeaters, you know?
Mhm. Well, we will see that error get repeated. So yeah, it should have been like at least 3 interceptions, if not like 4 or 5. It was bad.
But this is a decent Panthers team. Yes, they're 11-5.
They would have been good the year before. They got decimated by injury. They lost Steve Smith for a long time, and I think there was someone else on defense they had lost for.
Well, they're in the Super Bowl 2 years ago.
Right.
Yeah.
And
but they would go to the NFC Championship in this season.
Yeah, that's a pretty good season.
It's not bad. And they had a pretty good, a great defense actually. They were third in yards and fifth in points against.
Julius Peppers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Jenkins.
And it was a lot about this defensive line, which you saw in this game because the Patriots offense was just nothing but like quick passes and like outside zone runs. It didn't work.
Well, they had that. We have to comment on the Troy Brown on the first drive.
Yeah. Was that the first drive?
Yeah, he had like a
the first drive
yard.
we saw. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I'm sorry.
You're good.
Goddamn YouTube.
But yeah, so Troy Brown gets like a 3rd and 2, just like goes out into the flat and catches the ball and just like takes off for 71 yards down the field, which I believe is his second longest play from scrimmage, at least up until this point.
Really?
Probably ever. Yeah.
That's on the Furman highlights on Sports Center, or whatever it was.
It should be.
It is.
I
It's
think
the
the
opening
longest
highlight.
Yeah. It's
The longest one was that overtime one.
Yeah, Miami.
Yeah. I think that was.
Yeah, that was an 80-yard bomb.
But this was all Troy Brown. He's like a.
Well, it was the quarterback ran into the safety.
Well,
and he was wide
the quarterback
open.
was supposed to cover him. Yeah.
Yeah. And he was wide open.
And Troy Brown just hooked.
And it's almost like when one of those like fat guys gets their hands on the ball that he's like looking around, is like, someone gonna tackle me, or like, are we doing this? Are we going all the way with this?
Well, this is what 34-year-old Troy Brown at this point.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah.
That's not his game at this point, but he'll give it a go.
His legs ran out at the end, but he 71 yards.
Yeah. Tackle like inside the 5. Yeah.
Yeah. So not a bad little play. Probably I would say the play of the game for the Patriots in this. If you're, it's either that or the pick six by Mike Vrabel. I think those are 1 and 1A.
Andy, can I make you hate Steve Smith a little more?
You can try.
Okay. So these are the comments before the game, talking about the Tyrone Poole thing.
Oh yeah.
That Steve Smith and Patriots cornerback Tyrone Poole didn't get along. Nearly 2 years later, for at least one of the players, this hasn't changed a bit. Smith, who engaged in a shoving match with Poole during the first quarter of the game, blasted Poole on Sirius NFL Radio Monday. There's a lot of people I have respect for, Smith said. Tyrone Poole, he's not one of them. He's like Nike, and I'm like Reebok. I don't talk to him. I got nothing to say to him.
Wait. So wait. So Tyrone Poole is Nike, and Steve Smith is Reebok, which is a lesser brand than Nike.
Oh no.
Well, maybe
That's really weird.
That's with that there, Steve Smith.
Maybe that just didn't age well.
I think you kind of want to be.
Maybe it's just like we don't mix well, like Coca-Cola and Pepsi, not necessarily commenting on one better than the other, but
one is
it's a strange analogy either any way you spin it.
I don't think I have
Steve Smith
met
would call himself Nike.
Yeah, no, it says he's like Nike and I'm like Reebok.
That's also like not a great analogy either.
It's a terrible analogy.
Two different brands.
Yeah.
Those brands don't talk? Is that? Do they not like each other? Like that's not.
I don't talk to him. I got nothing to say to him.
I feel like
Super
Coke
Bowl,
and Pepsi is the way you go with that. No.
The first part was the most ridiculous, though. A lot of people I respect. He's not one of them.
Yeah,
that's fighting
I'm
words.
gonna call bullshit on that one.
Yeah.
He continues. So it says Smith's vitriol stems from the Super Bowl altercation after which Smith alleges Poole spat on him. In the Super Bowl first play, he kind of jams me and he busts my lip, Smith said. So I said, okay, you're trying to get physical. Next play he comes and I stiff arm him to the ground. So it was a physical match. Then he starts calling me names. He's a Christian. And he wasn't cursing at me, but he was just calling me some names that in my book was cussing still. So I said, look here, dog, you're going to shut up and I'm going to make you shut up. I was hot. I was very hot. Jeez. Okay. I didn't read this whole thing before.
This is ridiculous.
The radio host Shannon Sharp asked Smith if Poole could ever be friends. Smith replied, "Nah." Then offered a biting challenge. "I'm gonna whoop his ass on the field." Smith said, "That's all I gotta say."
Yeah, he didn't though.
That's fucking
That's a lot.
wild.
That's a lot to say.
That's a lot of words to get 34 whole receiving yards in a game. Congrats. He did also try to start a fight with Asante Samuel because the Panthers' first touchdown, which it's going to be a segment all of its own. But basically, Delhomme gets lucky, tries a couple of, gets a couple of deep passes like ducks that get caught. And then there's defensive pass interference in the end zone. And then there is a run by, fuck his name, Panthers running back.
Sean Foster, or was it Stephen Davis?
Stephen Davis scored.
Yeah, they were both pretty effective in that game.
Yeah, so Stephen Davis gets stuffed at the goal line and then tries to reach the ball over, but it comes out before it goes over the goal line. So there's like a scuffle to see who gets the ball. And Steve Smith comes in like way late and just grabs Asante Samuel, just chucks him off the pile, which, is a penalty, but, whatever. It's a chippy game. And then Asante Samuel just gets like right up in his face. And then like all the big Panthers, like all the offensive linemen come over and start like getting in Asante Samuel's face. But nobody saw it except for Samuel. And it was just like typical Steve Smith bullshit. Like, fuck that guy.
Just starting shit.
Yeah. Who does he think he is, huh? Rodney Harrison? What a dick.
Yeah, part of his job.
What a dick.
So, yeah, in that touchdown that he scored, that first one, Stephen Davis, that I found a lot of stuff in the Globe about that. Because that started, I guess, the previous year. That's when Belichick had commissioned the league to get a goal line camera.
Yeah.
So
interesting. And didn't wasn't that the quote about like starting a bake sale or something? Because the league was like, "Oh, we don't want to invest in that."
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's like, "Oh, we don't want to spend the money."
Yeah. I got a quote from Jeffrey Lurie, the Eagles owner. One of the ideas.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, I think it's inevitable. Lurie said, "My understanding is it's being studied further from a technical viewpoint because I think when we do it, we want it to be done right. We want to find the most foolproof and efficient way to get it done." Yeah, a lot of it was like just complaining about money. Like, there's no way that we'd be able to do this.
Right, exactly.
It's crazy.
Typical.
Yeah.
Some bullshit.
Like, you guys make billions a year. You're telling me you can't find a way to put a camera into a little plastic stick?
And now they use it like at least once a game. Like that camera angle is all
right. They're like putting in the first down sticks now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They put those pylon cameras on the first down like markers because they just got extra of them. They have so many that they can put them on the first down markers and also the end zone.
But they should have technology that it's like a chip in the ball.
They do.
Or cameras.
There are chips in the ball, but they're not accurate enough to know exactly where the ball is.
Why not?
And you don't know.
Soccer does it.
But there's also
like the
idea of your knee being down, and where is your knee being down when the ball is in a certain spot? Like you just don't know.
You can still figure that out.
Maybe.
For sure.
These are the arguments I've heard.
Timekeeping.
Steve, what in God's name are you doing right now?
I'm petting Gus.
Oh, it looked like you were like jerking off on camera too. He just like zoomed in close on his chest and his like arms just shaking. And he's like grinning.
Steve is so good. I'm so glad.
Mom skipped this part.
Yeah.
Too late.
So this is a article from Nick Cafardo. It says there's a reason there aren't goal line cameras. I guess this is the Atlanta Falcons president. He says the cost would be overwhelming. You'd have to have a second production of the game to pull it off. All the feeds right now are generated from television. To capture the shots and get them produced to a monitor and the officials on the field, it would just be extremely expensive.
Couldn't possibly.
That's stupid.
That is yellow first down line everywhere.
What do you like? It just sounds so dumb.
Yeah.
Is that guy still alive? Andy, you should tweet that at him.
Who?
I don't know whoever said that.
His name's Rich. No, his name's Rich McKay. He's the He
So we
was
can own her.
Atlanta
I
Falcons,
think he
Atlanta
might be
Falcons
dead,
president.
yeah. It's Arthur Blank now. So.
Hey, Rich, remember this take, you dumb bitch.
We got it now. So what do you have to say about that?
Teach you, motherfucker.
Yeah, you and Dan Deerdorf can burn in hell.
That's right. I don't think Dan Deerdorf is dead yet, but that's cool.
Yeah, well, when they do die. I'm assuming this guy's also alive. That's why you're tweeting at him.
All right. fair
Don't do it if he's dead.
enough. No? All right.
Nah, he just
I'll just do it from your account.
spitting on graves, Andy. Come on, you can't do that.
We'll do it from Tim's account. It's fine.
There you go.
Controversial already.
But yeah, as good as this, the defensive game plan was that held this, on paper, a good offense. Actually, no, they were a good offense. They held them to minimal yardage. They couldn't stop them scoring because the Patriots couldn't stop fucking turning the ball over or tackling on punt returns. Steve Smith was taking some of these. Also, He Hate Me was taking some of them as well. And the Patriots, I was surprised when kickoffs were tackled inside the 30 because that was a pretty constant in this game. And then punt returns were even worse, they gave up like a 70-yard punt return in the like right before the half, which turned it into a 10-point game going into halftime, 10-point deficit. And that was actually some more foreshadowing, though, believe it or not, because on the play, it would have been a touchdown, except the punt returner was chased down by none other than Ben Watson. The rookie this year? Was that no? That was
second year.
But yeah, it's kind of his rookie year because he got hurt like first play of the first game last season, 2004, and didn't play at all. But yeah, ran down the punt returner instead of giving up and tackle him at the 10, but didn't matter because they scored a touchdown.
So there are two plays like that in this game.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Still not going to watch it.
Neither of them are good. Both plays will be on the website. You can watch them there. But the one stat that I found interesting after that touchdown was scored and the Patriots just like ran out the clock to end the half. In 2005, since 2001, the Patriots are 7-11 when trailing at the half, which you don't often see like a Patriots losing record in any kind of like statistical category anymore like that. And I'm pretty sure now if we look that up, the Patriots would still have a winning record when trailing at half. But 7-11 is not great, and then they lose this one, so 7-12 when trailing at the half.
Yeah, it's only 18 games in 4 years. You're not just trailing at the half that often. You're winning a shitload. Yeah, it's a small sample size, relatively.
Yeah. And the last one was, I think, the last game they lost the season before at Pittsburgh, where they got their doors blown off. Ty Law's final game as a Patriot. Rest in peace. He's not dead either. In case you're worried.
Amen.
Let's see who else is on this. Yeah, there weren't many good players in this game. Yeah, I think that was most of it. The one thing I did have some kind of other notes around the game, just to kind of tell you like the time frame when this is happening. It's on CBS, I think it was, and they were promoting heavily two shows. One was the series premiere of How I Met Your Mother, which just ended like last year, I think, after like 40 something seasons. So that hadn't started yet. And also they were pushing a 60 Minutes episode where they had Ricky Williams on because he is back in the NFL because he owes the Dolphins $8 million for bailing on them the season before.
Speaking of 420.
Exactly. So I thought that might be a good little
Ricky
rabbit hole to go down. But so they played a couple of clips. Well, here's the. I'll put this in here so you can hear it. Whole bunch of Ricky Williams stuff. So this is them talking about
Welcome back. Great to have the MetLife blimp providing today's aerial coverage of all the football action. Snoopy 1 at the controls.
This is a situation last week where Carolina was.
Oh, you're supposed to open up the-
Snoopy 1 at the controls. Andy Brown at the controls.
Yeah, killing it as always.
Once again goes head-to-head with Dolphins running back Ricky Williams about his reasons for returning to the NFL.
How broke are you?
I have no idea.
What do you mean you have no idea?
Well, the way I live my life is if I have a place to stay and I have food on the table, then I'm not broke.
His agent is trying to get him a new contract, hoping to erase the $8 million debt. But you can bet that Ricky would owe millions more if he walked off again or if he failed another drug test. You still smoking marijuana occasionally?
No, I can't do that anymore. I get tested twice a week. So.
Twice a week?
Twice a week.
Do you miss it?
No.
His teammates and his fans, for the most part, have welcomed him back. Last year, Williams had told us he saw no need to apologize to them for ruining their season. But when he returned, he was quick to change his mind.
I was being more understanding of their point of view, and not being so selfish.
That's coming up tonight on 60 Minutes. Thanks for joining us here.
What a stoner.
Yeah, I love it.
He's the man.
Yeah.
He is.
Also, did you that voice didn't sound like wasn't what I was expecting to see coming out of Ricky Williams.
Yeah.
It's very like
I think it's pretty well documented, right? That he has a weird voice.
Yeah.
Got the Mike Tyson thing going.
Yeah.
That's like almost peak Ricky Williams there when he returns to the Dolphins. Be like, I don't really give a shit.
Yeah.
I'm just here so I don't get fined, basically.
Did he play?
Yeah, he plays the trail for Marshawn Lynch for sure.
Yeah.
Dude, there's a great quote that I pulled out because I somehow weird. Obviously, 420. I was looking up stoner football players, and he's top of the list.
Of course.
There's a quote he said right when he quit in 2004. He said, "I didn't quit football because I failed the drug test. I failed the drug test because I was ready to quit football."
Oh damn!
Like, boy, dude. Speaking truths,
Right?
Legend.
Yeah, he definitely said that, and in his like high brain, he was like, "Fucking nailed it." Yeah. He's like, "I got one, guys."
How high was he at that point? I had some quotes because I actually found the transcript of that 60 Minutes episode, and so it was him talking about well, the way I live my life is that if I have a place to stay and I have food on the table, I'm not broke. And so Wallace came back and said, "But I understand you're down to $230,000." And Williams is like, "I really couldn't tell you how much I have." And Wallace is like, "Doesn't Lee Steinberg, your agent, tell you about that?" He goes, "No, I don't talk to Lee about money." And Wallace is like, "You don't talk to your agent about money? What do you talk to your agent about?" Talk a little philosophy. He always sends me books. It's a different kind of relationship. It's fucking amazing. I love it.
Was he's not the one that had the crazy contract, right? The Terrell Davis contract, was he?
I think it was him. Yeah.
He signed with that new agency.
Yeah, he did his own contract.
Yeah.
It was him. He was his first agent himself, I feel like.
No, it was like some rapper
exactly, yeah.
agency. And he was like one of their first clients. And he had all of his like incentives, like his whole contract was like incentive based. And it was like based off Terrell Davis's like back-to-back MVP seasons. So it was like you could be either the best player in the league or not make any money. It's
right.
like
Master P.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
How did he
he was also the one that
how does he owe money? That's what I don't understand.
For breaking his contract, I think.
Yeah. That's stupid.
Stupid contract anyways.
Apparently, Jim Haslett is coach at the Saints. He said, in 2001, Ricky came in my office and told me he was going to retire and play baseball.
Yeah.
I don't know if we talked him out of it. We told him he wasn't very good at baseball. He wasn't very good at baseball, and maybe that did it. Imagine you're a best player, your first round draft pick comes in the office. He's like, "No, I'm gonna play baseball." I'm like, "No, you suck at baseball." He's like, "Yeah, you're right."
Drafted in
I'm much better at football.
By the MLB.
He was
by the Phillies, yeah.
No way. What position?
He was drafted when?
In 1995, he was drafted in the amateur draft out of high school by the Philadelphia Phillies. signed a contract with the team with a $50,000 signing bonus. During his collegiate career, he played 4 seasons in the Phillies farm system.
It's gonna be first base.
Beyond Class A. An outfielder, Williams played in 170 games and finished his career with a .211 batting average, 4 home runs, and 46 stolen bases.
I mean, he's Manny.
Damn. Yeah.
He is Manny playing football, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good
Just wildly talented, but just a little out there dude.
Yeah, doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
I love it.
Also, Williams, this is when he left football in 2004. He said Williams told the paper he'd been smoking marijuana while traveling with Lenny Kravitz on his tour through Europe. At least he's enjoying himself.
He did. He had a great time.
That sounds way better than playing football.
Yeah. What an 2004 thing to do, too. Smoking weed with Lenny Kravitz.
Here you go. Who is Williams' hero, if any? Any guesses?
Bob Marley. I've heard him quote.
That's what I was going to go to.
You nailed it.
Yeah.
Nailed it in one. Yep.
Yeah.
Bob Marley. Inspired Williams to wear dreadlocks for years. And he and his hero have something else in common. He smoked a lot of marijuana. Yeah, I have done the same. Could you pass an NFL drug test today?
Philosophy, dude.
December, and Williams said no.
So he's got a lifestyle brand now called Heisman.
Oh,
They're like Heisman.
Yeah.
It's like a play on Heisman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It's
no, I
pretty
get
good. Yeah. Spark greatness.
it. You just have to explain it to Steve. Beautiful.
All right. What else we got? Are we power ranking or are we doing what do you got for a list, Tim?
So I literally just Googled Patriots players weed.
That's what I did too. So we probably get the same list.
I'll go first. I'm a
never a good sign.
Do they have to be arrested? I want to do like an
No,
arrested one.
No.
I think that's better. It just shows that they're badass.
Yeah.
Except
or
for
people
Chandler
you
Johnson.
think that would smoke weed.
Well, but wait, what's the difference between the power ranking and the Mount Rushmore?
Mount Rushmore
had more than 4.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Just need to clarify.
So I think number 1 has to be Kevin Falk, because he got arrested at a Lil Wayne concert for
in Louisiana.
In Louisiana, yeah.
And Lil Wayne's hometown. He had 4 marijuana cigarettes in his possession on his way to see Lil Wayne at the Lafayette Cajun Dome.
When was this?
Come on, dude.
While he was playing for the Patriots.
Yeah.
Really? I don't remember hearing about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And they didn't even charge him. Yeah.
Yeah. We asked him about it when he was on. He's like, yeah, shit happens.
Yeah. It's the most harmless crime I think I could ever think up, is having a couple joints in your pocket going to a Lil Wayne concert. Like, give me a break, dude.
I feel like
in the Cajun Dome.
Have to get in?
Yeah, that's right.
You're trying to make sure you do have something on.
I'd be more surprised if he didn't have anything on.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have thought he was a nerd.
Yeah.
Nah,
that's pretty good.
So, yeah. Give me another one.
All right. Who else?
Chandler Jones.
Jones.
Yep.
This is a good one too.
Wasn't that Spice?
Was that weed though?
His freak out was on. It says, "quote smoking synthetic marijuana."
Yeah.
But he definitely plays stuff.
And well, then that's the NFL's fault. It's probably the only reason he's doing that is because he can't smoke.
Yeah, he's probably getting some from the gas station, dude.
Yeah. The
K2
monkey
or something.
Yeah. Shit. Dude, that shit's crazy too. It's no joke.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No joke.
I little story time. I used to work at Taco Bell, and some interesting characters come through that place.
Oh shit.
There was a guy that smoked that stuff in my town and kidnapped his sister in a van high on K2. Yeah. Pretty interesting stuff. Yeah.
Why were you kidnapping your sister? Why did you be like, yeah,
dude? I don't know. It was a really weird. This guy was like 43 and he had the nicest Jordans every time, and I was like, dude, why are you wearing those to work? Like,
you work with this guy?
Is your coworker?
Yeah, I worked with him. Yeah. I was in high school. I was in high school. No. This was a guy I worked with. He was like 40 something, and he wouldn't wear like non-flip shoes.
He's just a
not
wild
wear
boy.
Jordan. Yeah, dude. K2, man.
Yeah.
Weird people.
It was bad shit. We used to have a little bit that we'd do with our friends that we'd make sure you put your seatbelt on before you do it. You had to buckle up, and everybody would just, mime buckling up, and then you'd smoke it. And you'd be like, it was not good.
It doesn't sound like it. If you just buckle your seatbelt.
Yeah, we did it for like
yeah. You don't hurt yourself when you have a seizure. All right.
Yeah, we did it for like 2 weeks, and we did it like every other day for 2 weeks, and then never again.
I did it once. No way.
Yeah, it was bad. And it was called Monkey. I don't know what, like that was just the brand we had. To be like, you want to get monkeyed?
That sounds awful.
Yeah,
Nothing about that sounds like something I want to do.
Yeah, it was terrible.
I don't know why it took you 2 weeks to get to that point.
Well, the bit was more fun than doing the actual thing. I'm like, yo, you got a seatbelt on, dude.
That might be how we start the podcast from now.
Yeah.
Everybody buckle up.
Everybody buckle in.
Off on.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So Chandler
Aaron
shows
Hernandez-
up, right? Well, let's finish Chandler first, right?
Okay. Yeah, you go.
So what exactly happens? He shows up at a police station in just his underwear. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And he like goes to the back and like tries to
Like get in the door or something.
well, he like went on his knees and put his hands behind his head, like giving himself up, I'm pretty sure.
Shit.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And they were like, what are you doing, dude? And I think
Why
they
don't you
just
have
took
any
him to the
clothes on?
hospital. Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Imagine that cop who's like, holy shit, this is Chandler Jones.
Yeah.
No one's
Yeah.
going to believe me. He's like, sure. Yeah. Chandler Jones showed up at the police station half naked and was like, gave himself up.
High on
High as shit on something.
Yeah.
Okay.
This from the Daily Mail. It says Jones was seen scurrying towards the officer.
Scurrying.
Suddenly, without warning, Jones is said to have dropped to his knees, interlocked his fingers, and laid down. Honestly, it appeared as if he was actively praying or worshiping, one officer described.
Oh my God.
Boy. I bet his physique
That's
was
wild.
phenomenal, though. That man is he's a tall glass of milk.
He's stiff as a board. This is like in his prime too, when he was like really good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was right before his big contract because they traded him not soon after.
And he didn't get in trouble, right? He like
I don't think so. No.
No.
just showed up at practice the next day, like everything was fine.
Wasn't there something
It's
with
good to
like the Hightower or something on like chat roulette, and he was just like naked with a couple of women? Was that
Who?
It was one
Chandler?
of the linebackers.
No, it was Brandon Spikes.
Spikes.
That's who
And he had a
yeah.
fucking Coke can of a penis.
Yeah, exactly. Just an absolute nonsense.
Yeah.
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 Patriots linebackers are built different, man.
Uh-huh.
Belichick saw that video. I was like, definitely drafted him.
Yeah.
No, he was already the Patriots.
Nah, I think it was college,
sure
if I
it was.
remember correct.
Either way. All right, who else?
Because I remember like highlights coming out, and Greg was like, Steve, look at our new linebacker. Look how big his dick is. Watch this video.
I didn't-
Jesus
that's-
Christ, Greg.
Did not do
sounds
that.
about right.
Did not do
The
that.
fuck you didn't.
I mean, I saw the video. Yes.
Multiple times.
Yes. All right. Who's next? Aaron? Noted
I guess
weed
that's-
smoker.
Yeah, dude.
Among other things.
He's one of the less fun ones.
Yeah. He's sad. He's a sad.
More of a sad story. Yeah.
Well, I mean, like when he was smoking, probably kind of cool.
Yeah.
he was probably pretty chill. Yeah.
Yeah, probably not killing people.
Yeah, I feel like if he
Yeah, he isn't like smoking a blunt and going out and killing people.
How about this hot take? If the NFL allowed weed and didn't test for it, Aaron Hernandez wouldn't have done what he did.
That's a fire flame take.
Yeah, that's a scorcher of a take, Andy. Holy
Good God.
You might want to edit that one out.
Wait, how high is
Yeah.
how high is Andy right
Yeah,
now?
you're the only one not high here, Eddie.
right.
Jesus Christ.
This is why I don't bother. I'm just always like,
Fucking
Yeah.
Christ.
He's gonna watch Ancient Aliens after this.
I'm not even
he's
gonna
On another planet.
acknowledge that take.
Well, the NBA
blood on
just
their hands.
stopped. The NBA just stopped drug testing for weed, Andy. So that means we probably saved at least like 3 mass killers.
at least
Just think all the lives that have been saved.
talk to me in 30 years. Yeah,
Yeah.
lifesaver.
All right, who's next?
In the NFL will be way different.
Josh Gordon.
Deron Harmon. Did you hear about this one?
No.
I don't remember, but
I don't remember it either. But he got caught with 58 grams of weed trying to get into Costa Rica.
Oh,
Sounds familiar.
Customs.
Yeah, that's right.
58 grams is a lot of weed.
It's a lot of weed. Yeah,
A lot of weed.
yeah. That's like borderline more than you need for a vacation. Yeah.
He's probably doing that after the Super Bowl, after the Super Bowl or something. So he's probably staying there for 2 weeks.
Well, how long?
He's probably gonna monkey it, you know.
He wanted to stay
He
off.
should just brought a little bit of monkey. He would have been fine.
You would have to strap in.
Hot take: Deron Harmon never would have done that if he had the monkey.
Oh yeah, I vaguely remember that now that you say that.
Did he not get in trouble and like, get arrested and shit? I feel like there's like consequences that come with that.
Oh no, he got arrested.
Did he?
Yeah,
In Costa Rica.
Yeah, I think
he was at the airport.
Briefly detained before being sent back to the United States.
Yeah. But nothing.
That's all they say.
To him, really. Like
Yeah.
Kept on
That's
playing.
dodges.
I mean,
right
it's
there.
Costa Rica, dude. He probably was just like, what? Like, give me a break.
They don't have laws there.
Yeah.
He probably just gave him some money.
It's like,
I mean,
like
this is
check bag.
This is in March, so I think this is right after they won the last Super Bowl.
Yeah, probably would have been.
March 2018.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that line up?
That match.
I don't know.
So.
Yeah.
All right. Who else you got?
Oh, dude. There's pictures.
Well, I guess
Oh, shit, man.
I guess
he
Brady said he smoked weed.
Yeah.
Yeah, he admitted it, I guess, in 2020.
On Howard Stern.
Do you
Yeah.
believe him?
Yeah. He said he did it. And he said, I definitely had my fun in high school with partying, drinking, and smoking weed on occasion. And then I stopped.
Well, he's in SoCal, right?
Yeah.
So,
Well, he said, felt like I was letting my dad down in a way.
What a pussy, dude. What a fucking pussy.
So he doesn't.
That's why, like, never meet your heroes. This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like, I'd meet Tom Brady and be like, this is underwhelmingly boring.
I'd be like, can you throw a football around or something, dude? Can we just play catch and I'll leave?
Yeah.
It's so true.
I let my dad down all the time. I don't give a shit.
It's true. Yes,
I'm way
do.
cooler than Tom Brady. I let my dad down all the time.
What a pussy.
Make a point of it. Fuck you, Dad.
Fuck you, Dad. Oh. All right. Who else we got? LeGarrette Blount.
Oh yeah, dude. That should have been the first one. I don't even know why.
You might be the first overall pick.
I didn't remember that happened, but I was like, he definitely did. So I just searched Blunt weed and something came up.
Yeah, he smoked his way off the Steelers, so he came back to the Patriots
with Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah. Took him down with him.
Yeah. 3/4 of an ounce.
And the Steelers, yeah. Fuck him. He just like walked away. And
I feel like Deron Harmon flying with 58 grams is worse than 3/4 from
for sure.
Blunt.
Yeah.
This is a hot take. Article from High Times says that Malcolm Butler was benched for smoking weed. I think they're trying to allege in the Super Bowl he got benched for weed.
I don't think so.
It can't be.
Belichick.
That's just clickbait.
So weird.
It's gotta be
Yeah.
clickbait.
Maybe.
Belichick's not gonna give a shit about that.
I don't think we'll ever know the answer to the Malcolm Butler thing, which is sad.
You don't think?
No.
You don't think Belichick will come out after he's retired? And be like,
Never.
Never, dude.
Right.
I think it'll make him look bad.
Depends on what the depends on.
There's
what the
nothing.
is.
I can't think of a single reason.
Yeah, maybe.
Wait, did we just skip over Josh Gordon? And I didn't know he smoked weed.
Stay off the weed. That's where that came from. The Stephen A. Smith getting pissed off because Josh Gordon couldn't stop smoking weed.
Yeah, he really couldn't. He still can't. All he's ripping it up in the USFL or whatever the other one is, XFL or
I don't know. Yeah, he is XFL, I think.
Yeah,
Well, to your question about imagine how good Josh Gordon would be if NFL didn't weed drug test.
Mm.
He might be like all time.
pretty sure he's the only receiver to have back-to-back 200-yard receiving games. And that was with like fucking Tim Couch throwing the ball or something.
Yeah.
I feel like he had more problems than just liking to smoke weed, though. I think he had like probably some deep emotional anxiety, depression issues that if it wasn't weed, it would be something else, you know?
Yeah, that's fair.
It wasn't just weed. Like even in high school, he was doing like also. So he was doing all that like productive wide receiver shit while high out of his mind in every single game, apparently.
Yeah, I think we went down this rabbit hole, actually. Yeah.
All right, this is getting a little dark, boys.
All right. Who else we got? Jabbar Gaffney.
He got arrested?
Yeah. Post Patriots.
Bro, didn't he have like a weed with him?
I couldn't find many details on it. It's just
Rashay Caldwell had to get paid, right?
I bet Caldwell did.
Yeah.
I mean,
didn't Caldwell have like some sort of thing in Florida, like a gambling thing or whatever?
Yep. He went to jail. I think he died.
Like a legal casino or some shit like that.
Rashay Caldwell arrested for third time this year. Possession of marijuana and driving with suspended license. Fuck yeah, dude. We got him.
Hey, he's number one on my Mount Rushmore. 3 times.
Whoa, dude. In May, he was charged with possession of a controlled substance for signing for a UPS package that contained 4.8 pounds of MDMA. Oh, baby.
And then he was shot and killed during.
He was killed?
Yeah. Now we're going right back to dark, man.
Damn it, dude.
Sucking us back in.
Maybe it is a gateway drug.
Police report that the killing did not appear to be random and that the apparent robbery may have been planned.
Oh, shit.
I probably had to do with some drugs. The guy liked drugs.
Yeah. I mean, look at his eyes.
I'm one of the few Rashay Caldwell fans. I liked him when he was on the Pats.
You did. I remember having a animated conversation because I said
you hate him.
My boy was Jabbar Gaffney, and I said Jabbar Gaffney was a better receiver than Rashay Caldwell.
I'm not going to comment at this time.
You disagreed.
I also put Brandon LaFell in that conversation.
No, LaFell's better than both of them.
They're all just like, okay.
Well, I mean, I think LaFell kind of wins because
because he's not on this list. All right.
Randy Moss. Randy Moss is a fun one.
Oh, for sure. Randy Moss, definitely, yeah.
Dude, I totally forgot about him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how I did that.
There's not that much on it. He failed one drug test, but then like.
But you know.
Yeah.
Ripped.
When he was on Oakland, he was on HBO's Real Sports, Brian Gumbel, and he said, I have, used marijuana since I've been in the league. But as far as abusing it and, letting it take control over me, I don't do that. No. And he said, I might have some fun. I might get in some trouble with the NFL by saying that, but I've had my fun throughout the years. And then his agent tried to backtrack it all and be like, that was from years ago, even though he said, since I've been in the league.
Yeah. Oops.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the day of celebrating being drafted,
Mm-hmm. Larry Mutunzel, he turned out fine. Gas mask bong, that was all-time weed moment in the NFL.
That might be a peak draft moment.
Yeah.
They waited right when the draft started and dropped that on
it was
internet.
Like 10 minutes before, on his own Twitter account.
Yeah.
All right. Here's another. Should we switch since I feel like a lot of these are getting dark? I have a quote, well, not a quote, an article from the Globe about Randall Gay and jerseys.
All right. Oh yeah.
Let's hear it.
All right. So they wouldn't sell Randall Gay jerseys because it's a naughty word.
Nah.
What? Because people kept making Ben Gay jokes.
So it says was rejected according to Rex Walkner, a columnist for 365gay.com, website for gay and lesbian related news and issues, to not print naughty words on jerseys. She said she had to make a series of phone calls to get gay on a jersey. Jim Buzinski of Out Sports Magazine, which covers gay sports community, did further research and found that there are 1,159 banned words in the NFL shop filter. Among the acceptable words were Hitler, fag, terrorist, and Bin Laden.
Bin Laden jersey's sick.
but gay you could not have.
I can just imagine this dude just plugging in different words into this.
Yeah, he's doing the worst shit. Yes, that's what he's doing. He's feeling like,
hey, look, Hitler.
Why don't you try Hitler?
No way Hitler's gonna work.
Yeah, throw Hitler. See if that buzzes.
He's like Genghis Khan. No. Hitler. Yes. Ooh, interesting.
But no Stalin.
Mussolini.
Yeah, Mussolini. Yeah, that's fucking hilarious.
Churchill banned.
I used to play with a kid at UNH, Pat Gay, and like you go to away games and you'd hear when like away fans like got the roster. And they'd be like, "Where is Gay? Show me Gay!" Like, and they would just ride him all game. It was kind of funny.
Also, Pat Gay. Oh, come on, that's bad parenting. That's bad parenting.
Yeah, he was a good guy though.
Yeah, I'm sure he was. Tough skin. I have to imagine.
Yeah, yeah, he put up with a lot.
Yeah, you need that when you're hanging out with Greg too.
Yeah,
same team as Greg. Gotta have thick skin.
So, I think we should mercifully put this to bed.
Yeah, let's end it there.
Because it's getting a little dark. Yeah. So you boys want to do some best and worst? Steve, give me your best and worst.
My best is showing up late, so I didn't have to listen to this entire thing.
Hey, that was my best too. What's the worst?
I have no worst. Everything's great.
Fair enough. It's 420. That'll go. Greg, give me your best and worst.
Best is definitely Ricky Williams quote.
Which one?
I didn't quit football because I failed a drug test. I failed a drug test. I was ready to quit football. I'm gonna get that tattooed on me. And my worst is your take about Aaron Hernandez.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
That's bad. Tim. Should have said that.
My best was getting to meet the other Brown brothers.
Oh, Tim.
Oh, shucks.
Oh,
dude. I mean, I'm a super fan, you know. Greg Brown will tell you not to meet your heroes, but I'm here to tell you to do it.
Oh, you're gonna make me blush, Tim.
You gotta have a higher bar, my friends.
Yeah, you gotta do heroes.
In the wise words of Vince Vaughn and Dodgeball, you know, if you set a low expectation, you'll never be disappointed.
No, that's fair.
That's a good point.
That's fair.
Good point.
And my worst, that I didn't get that's a hot take. That I didn't get a Hitler jersey when I could have.
Jesus. How do you know you still can't?
Yeah.
I haven't tried, but that's one I'm not gonna try,
bro. I can get you whatever you
want. No, you can't try terrorist.
That's how you can put on a list.
Definitely out.
Yeah, if you try Hitler after terrorist, you're on a list.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
trust me.
If you try terrorist, you're on a list.
I'm gonna kind of like go outside the box here. I'm gonna do best and worst about the game.
Nah, it's silly
because it's fucking. That's what I'm doing.
We should have had him go first.
Yeah.
My best is Tom Brady throwing his 100th touchdown pass in this game.
Career
100. Yep.
He's also my worst. He was terrible in that game.
Yeah, he was not good. That was the only good thing he did. And then honorable mentions. They were doing game breaks. One of them was JP Lossman running out the back of his own end zone. So props to him for being a trendsetter. That what the fuck was the Detroit quarterback's name?
Yeah, Orlovsky.
Yeah, Orlovsky.
Yeah,
he's known for as well. So. Also, David Carr. It wasn't even halftime yet in his second game of the season. He's been sacked 10 times already. So good for him.
Jesus.
I think this is
poor
the
bastard
record for get sacked.
That's awful.
My worst is the fact that clickbait has already started in 2005 because fucking Dan Deerdorf talking about an article on NFL.com written by Phil Simms Phil Simms says it's never too early for a quarterback controversy. Read what he has to say on NFL.com. By the way, this is week 2. Fucking quarterback controversy. Go fuck yourself. So I just want to say fuck the whole Sims family when they talk about quarterbacks because they're so bad at it.
I like Chris Sims.
He's so bad at talking about quarterbacks. Have you ever seen his quarterback rankings?
Yeah,
garbage. Hot.
Yeah, he had Lamar Jackson before anybody. Yeah, that draft when everyone was like, Lamar Jackson's like the 6th best quarterback. He had him like 2.
So not even number 1.
In your face, Andy.
Yeah.
He still sucks at it. Because now he just does it for the takes, dude. Like, oh yeah, I'm putting fucking some random fucking no name at first.
No, I like him because he doesn't just follow the same thing that everyone just does like the same shit. When you look at a draft, they're like, well, this guy and then that guy, and there's no one actually
I'm talking about
putting themselves out there.
Quarterbacks, he like ranks them at the beginning of the season.
Oh yeah, he is kind of a
Brady like out.
I'm talking about his draft stuff.
Go fuck yourself. Yeah.
Andy hates another thing. What a goddamn surprise! Jesus.
Andy hates someone in sports media. Wow.
Yeah.
I do have a couple of football and not football.
All right.
Ooh,
let's get them.
Let's hear it.
Yeah.
So I don't know, Andy, when you first turned the video on, did you hear the loudspeaker say, "Show me the chicken"?
No, but I did hear some female fan or something like that saying, "Let's go Raiders."
Okay, because I don't know why it was over the loudspeaker. It was like, "Show me the chicken." I did not understand what that meant, so I didn't know if that was football or not football.
Bro, it's North Carolina. That's
show me the chicken, baby.
That's definitely not football in North Carolina.
Definitely not football.
The chicken.
I only have 3 because I was doing this and then I got back. This is the situation last week where Carolina was burned by the tight end. That's San Diego.
That happens a lot. I mean, show me a man who hasn't been burned by the tight end. Am I right?
Yeah.
I mean, you were talking about that earlier, Andy.
Yeah, that's well, no,
South Carolina. South Carolina, you know. All right, this is the last one. This is they have such confidence in their scheme and in their ability to collapse the pocket on just about anybody. And they just talked about, we want to make Jake move his feet. We want him to dance a little bit in the pocket. Now, that was a full-scale collapse on the pocket. Any quarterback would have just had to flush that thing and throw it away. Is that football or not football?
Flushing and throwing away paints a picture of something went wrong, you know?
Oh, I didn't think of it like that. Yeah.
You know, like I think flush it and throw it away, dude. I'm thinking like, yeah.
But dance a little bit in the pocket. I don't know.
There's a lot of collapsing happening, and then
collapsing on what?
I think it's still football though, because the way they're all strung together, you know.
All right, fair enough.
Way to ruin the bit, Steve. Thanks. Glad my worst.
They can all be not football. It's football or not football.
My best is
it's not just not football, Andy.
My worst is that Steve showed up at all.
We could just call it not football. That's how we're going here.
All right, you know what? We're done here, I think.
Sometimes a naughty boy.
All of them are just.
Sometimes a naughty boy.
Every single one.
Very naughty.
So, what do we have coming up? Greg, what's up next?
Pittsburgh, because I almost watched that game. I think.
Yes, Pittsburgh, then San Diego, then Atlanta. All 3 division winners last year. So, a hell of a schedule coming up with 0 defensive backs. So we'll see how that goes. Because
Big Ben, yes.
Big Ben, yes. An injured Big Ben.
Agent Roethlisberger. Put your dick away, Agent Roethlisberger.
All right. Well, on that note,
tune in next week to see how much of a blubbering little bitch Greg is on the Patriots Dynasty podcast. All righty.
See you later.
See you later.